Hello guys, my name is Destiny and welcome back to another episode. So in this episode, we're going to go ahead and start working with the main structure of the HTML, and this one is really going to be fun. So you remember from the last video, we set up our JavaScript file, our HTML file, images and other kind of stuff, and everything was working perfectly well. So in this one, what we're going to do is go ahead and bring in all the CDNs. Remember I told you guys that I have the snippets over here that I've got all these little cool CDNs that we're going to be using. So I'm going to bring in this one, I'm going to bring in this one, and finally I'm going to bring in this one. So I want to copy all this, come over to the head section, and I'm going to paste it just like that. But for this one, I think this one is going to be needing some more thing. This over here is going to be the YouTube logo. For now, I'm not going to bring it in. I'm just going to leave it over there just like that. And that's it for the CDN. So I have all the CDN now, and I'm going to go ahead and collapse this just that way. So I want to go ahead and create a new div, and this div over here, I'm going to give it a class of header. So you're gonna be seeing me give a lot of classes and IDs in this one, and what we're gonna be using classes and IDs to do is to style our page in the CSS and also do some little cool things in the JavaScript. Okay, so we're gonna be using the headers and IDs to grab onto the elements. Okay, and if you're totally new to HTML, this might sound like gibberish to you, but as time goes on, you're gonna understand everything that's going on. Now I also want to create a new div, and this div we're also gonna give it a class of header underscore left, and this header underscore left is simply this that we're going to be having over here. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to reduce this all the way down so you guys would see everything that's going on. So this section over here is going to be the header underscore left, and this header is simply this one at the top over here. Okay, so from this icons over here to here, that's the header. This is the header left. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be adding in this div is an I. So we're going to add an I, and I is just simply used for maybe italicizing or simply just adding icons. Okay, so when I add an I over there, we'll go ahead and give it a class of material and material dash icons. Okay, material icons, and I'm gonna give this over here an ID of, we could say I want to give it an ID of menu. Okay, and that's because I'm going to be using it to do some things in our CSS. That's why we give it that icon. Okay, now in here I'm simply going to say menu, so that's the name of the icon that we want to give it. And over here, what do you notice? Now we have a menu. That's the same thing that we've got over here. So this is how it works. You call material icons as a class, then you type in whatever is the name of the icon. So how about I pass in something like search over here? What do you think is going to happen? As you can see, now we have a search icon. Okay, so that's how it works. Now this one, I want to call it menu, and you might be like, okay, how about I want to use an uppercase menu like that? Is it going to work? No. What do you notice? It just gave you an M. Okay, how about I say something like mu? What do you think it's going to do? It's going to give you mu just like that. So you want to make sure to leave it at lowercase. So that's it. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in an image tag over here. I'm going to say image, and for the source we want to go ahead and add in from the snippets the YouTube logo source that I told you guys about, and this is it over here. So I'm just going to get over here and I'm going to copy this all the way from the beginning to the end, and in the index.html I'm going to remove the source and I'm simply going to paste that in there. And by doing that, what do you think we have over here? We have a gigantic YouTube icon. Okay, and that's way too big. So I'm going to be doing something over here. I'm going to add a quick style, and this one is just to make this a little bit smaller till we start styling it in our CSS. So whenever I want to start styling in CSS, I'm going to make sure to get rid of this so you guys actually understand everything that's going on. Okay, so this I did over here is just to make this smaller so we can see every other thing that we're going to be adding in here. And yeah, that's going to be it. So the next thing we want to do is simply get down below this div over here, below the header underscore left. We're just going to come down like this, and we want to create a new div, and this one is going to be header underscore search. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new div, and I'm gonna give it a class of header, and we're gonna say underscore search. Okay, I'm gonna break this apart so we actually see where everything is coming from. And this header underscore search is simply this search input over here. So that's what we want to create out now. Now for the header underscore search, it's going to be a form. Take note of that. And we are doing this just because someone might want to work in the back end, which is going to be me. So to make my life easier, I'm just going to put it in a form. And by default, you should also put it in a form. So the type of this one is going to be text. And what does that mean? That simply means that over here, we want to type in text. So how about we come over here and we say we want to type in numbers. Now, if we come over here and try typing in text, it doesn't work. But if we try numbers, it works. And you might have an idea of what's going on already. If we pass in color, That means all we want to grab are just colors. Okay, so what do you notice? Now we've got colors. Now if we pass in some like file, that means we want to like choose a file and upload something like that. If we pass in password, and that means we want to type in passwords that get masked. Okay, so that gives you a general idea of inputs. There's a lot of types that you could use in inputs. There's just a lot of it, so I'm gonna drop a whole lot of links in the description below to make sure to check them out to actually get enlightened on a whole lot of things too. So for this type, I want to stick with text. As I told you guys earlier, we're going to stick with text. And for the placeholder is simply what you want to say about the input field. So this one is going to say something like search. Okay, and now let's say we've got, let's say like a password, and the search instead it's going to say something like enter your password. Okay, so as you can see, enter your password. Now I'm going to get back to text and I'm going to get back to search, as simple as that. Now I want to go ahead and add an icon. And for this one, firstly, I'm going to go with a button, because yes, we'd want to be using a button in the back end too. And I'm also going to come over here and give class, and I'm going to call this one material-icons, and we'll simply want to pass in search, as simple as that. So what do you notice? Now we've got a search button for ourselves, as easy as that. And I think that's simply it. We're just going to come over here and we're going to get down once more, and we need to go ahead and create the icons. So you might be like, okay, what are the icons? Now these are the icons over here. We need to go ahead and create them, and in order to create them, just below this div, the header_search div, and I'm simply going to create a new div, and we're going to give this one a class of, let's just say header__, let's just say icons. Yeah, I'm going to use the word icons, and in here I'm simply going to pass in, let's just say we want to pass in and we're going to put in a whole lot of icons, and this one is going to be class material-icons. And what do we want to call this icon? We want to call this first one, let's say search. And you might be like, okay, Destiny, where are you getting all this search menu blah blah things from? I'm going to also drop a link in the description below. You're going to hop over to Google Material Fonts, and you're going to get whatever font you need, as simple as that. And for now, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to show you. So I'm simply going to come over to fonts, and I'm going to open up Google Fonts, or rather I could even open up Google Material Icon. I'm going to close this up. It isn't supposed to be Google Fonts, it's supposed to be Material Icon. So I'm going to come over here and click on icons, and what do you notice? This is where I got all the icons from. As you can see, delete, arrow back, star. If I come over here and change this to star, then come over to my website, what do you notice? We've got star, as simple as that. So this is where I get everything from. There are thousands and thousands of icons over here, if I'm not mistaken. So that's it. Now we've got search. I want to duplicate this into some more places, but I want to also add in an extra class to this one. This one is simply going to be display this. So this display this is simply the search over here. And this search over here, what we're going to do is when we click on it, we want to just pop down like a search input, something like that, on maybe mobile responsive mode or something like that. Okay, so after we've done this, we added material icons, and we also say display this. Now I'm going to duplicate this into, let's say, 4 more places, and you're going to see we're going to get a whole lot of search icons. Now for this one, I'm simply going to say video cam, and for the other one, I'm going to say apps, just like that. And for this one, I'm going to say notification. So notification, just like that, notifications. And finally, I'm going to say account_circle. And that's pretty much what we want. Now we want to go ahead and create the main body. Okay, so we've got this over here, and we've got this. So just down here, that's where we're going to have main body stats. Okay, so before I go ahead, I want to go ahead and add comments for y'all, so y'all know everything that's going on. Header, icons, stats, and I'm simply going to copy this comment. I'm going to paste this down here too. I'm going to say header comments, header icons, ends. And for this one, I'm also going to paste a couple comments over here and over here too. And this one is going to be header search stats. This one is going to be header search stats. And you're supposed to know this already, because you are following along with the tutorial, but for any reason you're not following along, that's why I'm going to put in this comment for y'all, so you understand everything that's going on. Okay, now this one is going to be header menu. This is supposed to be end, and this is going to be header menu stats. Okay, so that's it. Now the main body, for the main body, we're simply just gonna go ahead and let's just add a div, and we're gonna give this div a class of main body. So I'm gonna say main body just like that. And now you might be like, okay, Destiny, over here you were adding hyphen then adding the text. Now why are you using small letter, capital letter, then small letter? Okay, so this is simply called camel case naming. Now camel case is when the first letter starts with a lowercase and the next letter that's in there starts with an uppercase, and everything is joined together without any hyphen or underscore. Okay, so this camel case naming. Now in this camel case, the next thing that we want to do is go ahead and create the sidebar. And to create the sidebar, we're still going to use a div. And you might be like, okay, Destiny, we are creating a lot of divs. What are these divs of? And why aren't divs showing up over here? So these are like used to create divisions in our websites. Okay, so if I come over here now and show you guys this, as you can see, this YouTube section over here is a div. Every single thing here too is a div. And to actually show you guys that, I'm gonna come over here and I'm just gonna expand this so y'all see what's going on perfectly well. And I'm gonna come up, right click there and come over to inspect. Okay, where is my inspect? I'm gonna right click and inspect. Okay, so now I'm inspecting. I'm gonna get out of the mobile responsive mode. Now any parts that you see that's blue is a div. Okay, so what do you notice? We've got a div over there, and as you can see, this is a div that we use for it. This is an icon. That's not a div. This is a div that we used for this, and this is a div that we used for the icons over here, and this is divs for all this. Okay, so these are divisions in our websites. Okay, that helps us know, okay, this is a division for the icons, this is a division for the search bar, this is a division for this and that. So that's it. Now in the main body class, we simply want to give a sidebar just like that. And in this sidebar, we're going to create in a whole lot of nested divs now. So take a close look. In this sidebar, we're going to create another class. In this class, we're going to call it sidebar, let's just say underscore category, like this, category, sidebar underscore category. And in this sidebar category, we're going to create, or let's just change this one to categories like this. And that's because we're gonna be creating a new one that's going to be called category. So I'm going to say class and I'm passing sidebar, but this one is going to be category. Now what does that mean? If I open this up, now this is all the whole categories over here. Now each of this is a category. Okay, so that's what we're going to be, that's why we're passing categories, and we'll pass in category just like that. Now the next thing we want to do is create a new one, or inside this category we want to just create a new icon like this. And let's just pass in material icons as usual, and we want to pass in home over here. And as you can see, we've got a home. Now what do you notice? There is a home over here. So as you can see, everything is coming together. But now you're going to be like, okay, come on, why isn't everything looking good? Everything's looking so ugly. And that's because we haven't started styling it yet in the CSS. Okay, so take a chill pill. We're gonna style up in the CSS, and you're gonna have a lot of fun doing this. Now we've created this sidebar category. Now I'm just gonna get down here, and I'm gonna add a comment over here. I'm gonna say single category just like that, and I'm simply just gonna copy this single category like this and get down once, paste it, get down once, paste it, get down once, paste it, get down once, paste it. Okay, so we pasted it a couple of times. Now we need to go ahead and start changing this. Now for this one, I'm gonna change this to local underscore fire underscore department. I think that's what it's called. Now what you notice, we've got fire over there, but this one is supposed to be trending. Okay, trending. And the next one is going to be subscriptions. So this is going to be subscriptions, and let's see, that's changed. And this one should be we can still call it subscriptions. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in there, but this one is going to have an uppercase S. And if you take a close look over here, that's what we've got at the finished product. Now the next thing that we need to add is library check for this one. So I'm going to say library underscore add underscore check, and as you can see, that's it. Now for this one, what we simply need to add is I think we could just add the library just like the finished product. And finally, this one is history. Okay, I think for over here, we've got history, we've got videos watched later and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and add up all that. So this one is gonna be history I'm gonna say history. Hopefully that's what it's called. As you can see, that's what it's called. And I'm gonna come over here and still pass in history, and I want to get back down here and paste the single category. I'm going to paste it on multiple times. So I'm just going to copy this, get down here, paste it once, twice, and thrice, just like that. And I'm going to just space this around. Now this one is going to be play arrow, so play underscore arrow, and this one is going to be watch later. So this is going to be watch underscore later. And finally, that one is going to be, let's just say, we could just call it thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to get down here and I'm going to say thumbs underscore up. Okay, why is it not working? Okay, I think it's called thumb up. Okay, that's it. So finally, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say liked videos. And for this one, we're going to add in watch later. And for this one, I'm going to add in your videos. Okay, so everything be looking good now. And let me just go ahead and minimize this so y'all see what's going on. And I think that's simply it for the sidebar. The sidebar is ended over there. Now I want to go ahead and simply add an HR. So just add this div, this category div over here. This category div that we've got, this one, as you can see, when you click on it, it highlights the ending one, and we've got another one, which is this one over here. So just below this div like this, I want to add a HR, and as you can see, it added a HR over there, and that's this one that we've got over here. I also want to add one after the subscriptions. So after the subscriptions, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add a HR. Okay, so HR, but there is something that happened. I think I messed something up somewhere. I'm supposed to add that into different categories. Okay, so I need to copy this category thing, and immediately after the subscriptions, I'm supposed to end it off. So immediately after the subscriptions, I'm supposed to end that off. So what I'm ending off is this first one. Now I need to go ahead and create a new one, and that's this over here, before we go ahead and get started with this. So I'm going to cut that and I'm going to put it in between there. So if you take a close look, as you can see, everything is coming together. That's pretty much what we did in the finished product. And I think that should be it. We're done with the sidebar. Now the next thing we should do is just go ahead and work with the video section. So this one is going to be really peasy, easy, greeny squeezy, and that should be it. So let's just go ahead and get down this. We've got this HR. In order to not get you confused, just the div below the HR, add some new spaces in there, add a div, and we're gonna add a class, and this one is going to be called videos. And in this videos, we're going to go ahead and add the H1. We're going to just pass in recommended, like that's the videos that we are trying to recommend for someone. Okay, and that's this one that we've got over here. And you might be like, okay, come on, man, this is looking so ugly. As I told you guys earlier, we're gonna be styling this in the CSS, so don't freak out, friend. Now after this, I think we need to go ahead and create a new div. Just down here, I'm gonna create a new div, and this div, you want to give it a class. You guessed that already. We're gonna call this one videos underscore container, just like that. And I want to break this div apart. Now in this div, this is where we're gonna pass in something like single video starts here, and this one is simply video section. So I'm just gonna say something like video section starts. So it's kind of tedious to later start putting in all the comments when you're done with the video. So it's better you do it while the video is going on, okay, or while the tutorial is going on. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is go ahead and create a new div in here, and the new div in here is going to be called div, and we're going to give it a class of, let's say we'll give a video, because that's going to be a video, obviously. Now in this video, we need to go ahead and create a new div, and now I want to show you guys how to create divs without actually adding class when you've assigned div to itself. Was that correct? Yeah, hopefully you guys understand what's going on. So I want to show you guys how to create div without actually hitting the div, coming over here, adding class, and adding video underscore thumbnail. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that the next time we're going to use a div, okay? And that's going to make our life way more easier. So with this now, I'm going to come over to images and I'm going to choose one, and that should be it. Now if you come over here and refresh, what do you notice? We got this gigantic image over there and it looks so scary. Now that's it for the images. Just below this div, I'm going to go ahead and create all the details. So I'm just going to create a new div, and now what I'm going to teach you guys is this: hit div, hit dot on your keyboard, then type in video underscore details, just like that, and hit enter on your keyboard. What do you notice? As you can see, it created it as simple as that. And I also want to create another div, and this one is going to be auto, just like that. And in this auto, that's where I simply want to pass in the image, and this one is going to be images slash logo.jpg. And if you come over here, you're going to see a big image. Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to do is simply get just below this image. I'm going to get below the div, and I'm going to create a new div, and this one is going to be called title. So I'm going to say div dot title, and in this title I'm going to pass in h3, and the h3 tag I'm going to say YouTube clone using HTML, CSS, and JS. Simple as that. Now I think that should be it. Just below the h3, I'm gonna get down here, and I also want to add in my check icon. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna put class fa dash this is gonna be check dash circle. Let's see if that actually works. Okay, what do you notice? It's working. So I've got that, but that's not where I want to add it, so I'm going to cut it off from there. That's not the right place. Now below this, I want to create a new a tag, and this a tag in here, that's where I'm going to pass in my name. But before that, I want to create a small tag, and I'm going to say desfix, and just beside desfix, that's where I'm going to paste that in. So what do you notice? We got desfix, and what do you notice? He's very right on YouTube. So that's it. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and let's create a span below here. I'm going to get down here, I'm going to create a span, and the span, we're passing a small tag in there, and I'm going to say 1 M views. So this video got a whopping 1 million views, and I'm just going to pass in the dots for now. I was supposed to get a bullet for you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to get that later, and I'm going to say 1 more to go. So he posted this video 1 month ago. And that's pretty much what we want to do, guys. That's pretty much it. Now if you come over to the video, just click on the video tag. You'd see that the video tag is ending 2 tags before the span. So that's it. Now I'm going to come over here and create that, and I'll copy this, come over here and just paste it, let's say like 4 times. That's okay. We don't want to have a whole lot of images over here. As you can see, we've got a whole lot of images and big stuff. Okay, I think that's pretty much it with the structure, with the HTML structure for the homepage. And in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and start styling it in CSS, and trust me, that's the really amazing part. You're gonna have fun with that one. So I hope I'm gonna see you guys there. Do make sure to drop a comment if you have any issue. I'm always available, and I feel very happy and honored to actually help you guys out when you have any issue. So just drop a comment in the comment section below, or hit me up on any of my social media handles. They're up, active, and running. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.